launch of their debut graphic novel, Junior High. I'm sure many of you know that Junior High is a fictionalized autobiography of Tegan and Sara's early years as they navigate everything from first crushes and puberty to the trials of sisterhood and the paths to understanding their queerness. It is a jam-packed, entertaining, and oftentimes way too relatable story, and we can't wait to hear what more Tegan, Sara, and Tilly have to say about it tonight. During the course of their seasoned career, Tegan Quinn and Sara Quinn have sold well over 1 million records and released numerous studio albums. They have received 3 Juno Awards, a Grammy nomination, and the New York Civil Liberties Union Award. They are executive producers of the TV series High School, based on the New York Times bestselling adult memoir of the same name. In 2016, they created the Tegan and Sara Foundation, which fights for health, economic justice, and representation for LGBTQ+ people. The sisters currently reside in Vancouver, British Columbia. And as I mentioned earlier, Tilly Walden joins them in conversation tonight. Tilly is a cartoonist and an illustrator who is also a twin from Austin, Texas. She has published numerous graphic novels, including her Eisner Award-winning memoir, Spinning. She currently lives in Lebanon, New Hampshire with her cat, Stan. All right, let's all to me without any further delay.
Fuck yeah, Stan!
And giving a very warm welcome to Tegan, Sara, and Tilly.
You sound elderly. What a crowd. I feel elderly. Just getting up those stairs winded me. How do you feel? I just want to say the cue for us to come on stage was Tegan and Sara and Tilly. But our names were said like 100 times, and I was on the stairs like... We should have pushed her out. Thanks everybody for coming to hang out with us today. It's very exciting. Should we talk about this book? This is what I like about Tilly is I've never met anyone who gets control of Sara and I so fucking fast. I got your script and I was like, I know what to do with this. Yeah, let's do it.
I mean, the question we always get asked first that I feel like we should just ask each other is like, how on earth did this happen?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, so my recollection is that we, in the process of doing our deal for high school, our memoir, a suggestion was made that maybe it would be cool to sort of take our high school story and rewrite it for a younger audience and do it as a graphic novel. And we were very excited about that. We did not understand what any of that meant, but we were like, signed on the dotted line. And then, with a huge pen. With a huge pen. Sara and I both held it like this together. It is a children's book. I don't know what that means, but it's funny. But and then basically the first email we got about it was, we need to find you a partner, a collaborator, an illustrator, and you were at the top of the list. And
You didn't want to learn to draw?
no, I got asked twice today if we drew it, and I was like, no.
You should roll with it. Say yes. I love that.
But yeah, you were like the first link. Well, we knew who you were, but we were very excited, and we clicked on you, and we were like, will she choose us?
I mean, when you get an email that says Tegan and Sara want to work with you on 2 graphic novels, you say yes. So
Yes.
in case that happens to any of you guys, say yes.
Yes.
Because it was like the quickest and most obvious thing that I should do. I mean, I of course knew who you were, but I had no idea that the book would be middle grade, it would be lightly fictionalized. I saw your name in the email and I was like, yes. I didn't know what I was getting into. It could have been like a sci-fi book for all I knew. And it was only really recently that I fully understood that the book was like a fictionalized account. I drew it pretty much as if everything was real. I really believed it.
Tilly literally a week ago, while doing press, was like, it's lightly fictionalized? Yeah, we're not 13.
Are you sure?
Which is your way of saying we're very immature. I know, but yeah, I think Tegan and I when we did decide to start working on the script for junior high, Tegan put together a PowerPoint presentation for the publisher, and I did an actual PowerPoint presentation.
That's so Tegan.
Yeah, actual verification by people who
And Tegan-
saw the PowerPoint presentation. And just for the record, like, Tegan and I have different strengths, and one of Tegan's strengths is pitches, PowerPoints, Google Docs. Like, she really loves that kind of stuff. It's
like a slight dig.
well, it's fun.
Tegan's
When it came
proud.
to, like, putting together a PowerPoint presentation for junior high, I was like, yeah, knock yourself out. And so she put together this presentation and was very candid about, you know, what actually happened to us in junior high. Well, we were writing a memoir at the time, so I was like, right, they want memoir. Yeah. So Tegan was like, okay, straight up, picture this.
Give us a little bit. Give us like something
It's
that happened in junior high.
1993. We just went to Disney World. It's the first day of 7th grade. Sarah's wearing an Epcot t-shirt. I'm wearing a Mickey Mouse sweater. Our boyfriends, Dan and Brian, walk
Dan and
us to our
Brian.
first day of 7th grade. Every other girl in 7th grade has an up pony, a crop top, and is wearing lipstick. Sarah and I are like, we get dumped. I can't even remember the fake names I came up with for the boyfriends. 2 other guy names.
Two other guy
At the end of the
names.
day. I think there's children at this event, so I'm going to tell a G version of this, but basically in homeroom, the first day, a girl spins around over the loudspeaker for announcements. They're playing UB40 Red Red Wine. That part I don't think is true. I think you've mixed up and conflated the detail that you're about to share. No, it's not. They were not playing UB40 Red Red Wine. Yes, over the PA system. Yes, that's actually, it's an error, it's an AI hallucination in memory.
No, you're both right. You're both right.
It was one of the most popular songs that year. It was. And she spun around and she told me that she'd lost something that summer. Now that didn't make it into the PowerPoint presentation, but what did was that there was gangs, smoking, peer pressure, a lot of terrifying things, violence, and the email back was like, let's get on a call. And also, that's not the story we wanted to. And so we were like, holy shit, this is so exciting. We get to tell a fictionalized version of our story and we get to modernize the story. And so I think we both feel that the majority of what's in the book actually did happen to us.
Yeah.
We're not that imaginative that we came up with a whole new thing. But as Sarah's been saying this, but it's a much more aspirational version of what life was like. You know, we had to ask ourselves, would we have a cell phone? Would we have come out sooner? Would we have started our band sooner? And the answer, we think, based on the way the world is yes, yes, and yes.
Yeah. I mean, as an aside, I would draw that. Like you two getting dunked in your outfits and the speaker.
Should we do like an ally version?
It would not be, I would draw that right now. That sounds awesome. But that, I guess that's
First they brought you high school, and it did fine. And then they brought you junior high, and it was fucking unhinged. I love it. It's just a pitch. What was junior high like for you?
Oh, also miserable and dark.
Tell us more.
Really just like all I could listen to was Death Cab for Cutie and Coldplay, and I was like, I think that being a child is the saddest experience.
Well, can you tell them about your actual Will Junior? Because you just told us this the other day and it blew my
Oh,
mind.
I went to a really, really tiny all-girls middle school. You should do that if you're gay. On the one hand, it was like so painful because one of those 10 girls was like a vicious bully. But as soon as she left, like we all just started dating each other. I think I am the only one.
That's a metaphor for life, I think. If we just could get rid of the one bully,
You can flourish.
it would be very gay everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you also have to defeat the bully inside of you.
Okay.
Right? Because like she was gone, but finding confidence when you're young, like you have to decide to do it. And there was something about like getting my period, getting leg hair, my hair got kind of curly. I was just like, I am massive, I am powerful, I should date. And I went for it, but it was Texas, so we all had to kind of date under wraps. And at some point, the school had to get all the girls and do a retreat and make us meet with a therapist because they realized all the girls were doing things together. And they were like, they wanted to like find a really casual way to be like, stop it. It didn't work.
Okay, so it's very interesting because when we were in junior high, no one seemed even, well, grade 7 and grade 8, no one seemed gay, actually,
Yeah.
except for us. And
Do you disagree?
yeah, remember there was the whole kissing, no, just take it easy. There was like
No
mean girl gay
spoilers.
stuff, you know how.
Yes,
It's like,
totally.
kiss her. Now I'm telling everyone you're a lesbian. That's
Yeah.
And Sarah was like, I'm in love with all of them, that's my type forever going
No.
forward. Okay. I thought I was the drunk one. I just remember grade 7 and grade 8 being really inhospitable for like dealing with like crushes, like straight crushes, you know? Like Tegan was talking about this earlier, like the horrifying thing about junior high for me was that as soon as we got to junior high, we knew how unpopular we were, but that still didn't protect us from boys, you know? Like there's always someone on the food chain at your level who's like, the best part about being unpopular and gay is that you're like, so, but I don't have to do boy stuff, right? And then there's some unpopular boy who's like, want to go to Kmart and get fries and hold my clammy hand for 9 hours.
And you didn't say yes?
I guess so. I guess, of course we said yes. It was the 1800s. You had to. And then they break up with you, and then another clammy-handed boy is like, want to go to Christie's party and make out in the closet, but it's not a gay closet. Fine. None of these things are in the book.
No, but actually that leads me to wonder, because the crush in this book and in the second book that we're working on now, it is really sweet. Like, how did you guys approach writing the romance element and the queer element?
And that feeling of sweetness and that sort of relationship that is in the book, specifically between Sara and Roshni, is really based on my first crush
Oh, okay.
with a girl in grade 9.
Yeah.
In grade 9.
You can tell there's truth in it when you read it.
No, there really is. Like in grade 9, a bunch of girls came from another school. They were in French immersion, and they got moved to our school. And it was like real West Side. Why did somebody giggles at French immersion? Because they were French, Tia. Anyway, they came to our school, and at first we were really mad. You know, like just mad because we were like, new kids are coming to our school. You know, it's just like Lord of the Flies. Like you're just like, for no reason. There was no reason. But
There was one reason, because all of our friends, remember we had friends out of district were kicked out.
Okay, that's too complicated. Too in
No, we
When
can
you
talk
just
about
said
districts.
I was fine when you said we were mad. I would have left it there, but then you were like, for no reason. And I'm
Right,
like,
there was
tons of
okay,
reasons.
there was some districting issues, which Tegan will bring up later with her TED talk. But anyways, a bunch of new girls came to the school, and we were mad at them. And then I was like, my mad feelings quickly turned into just out of control crushes. I had a crush on every single girl in French immersion. And my grades
Crowd loves French immersion.
my grades plummeted.
Oh,
all I
shit.
did, it was like when I was in math
All you
class.
did was French?
That's all I did. All I did was think about the French immersion class, and it was so crazy because they weren't even integrated with us in English. They just had their own classrooms, and the bell would go off, and we'd move from like math to social studies, and I'd be like, French immersion girls, French immersion girls, French immersion girls. And I'd like, get to social studies, and I'd be like, I'm gonna think about Jessica today. And I would just sit in class and be like,
Damn, Sarah.
and then the bell would ring, and I'd be like, where are they? Whatever, drama class, and I'd be like, Kathy's on my mind. I just was obsessed with girls in grade 9. It was so crazy. So all of that was secret and hidden because it was the 1990s. But when we were writing junior high, we really thought to ourselves, okay, like aspirationally, if I had been girl crazy the way that I had been, and it was a different time, I might have been able to share those feelings. I might have been able to say to the girl that I had a crush on, I have a crush on you. I like you. What does that mean? And that might be as far as it goes. You know, it just might be reciprocal, like, I like you too. And that would have been so powerful to me at that age. And instead, you know, I was eating cold fries with Jimmy.
I mean, it's a really
Fucking
big
Jimmy.
thing that I think queer kids have missed out on for a really long time is having your friends and your family and your siblings and your twin like react to your crush.
Absolutely.
And it's not something I really experienced, but it was really fun to write in the book. Is the way all the friends like they're giving advice to you, little Sarah, like all the time. It's so communal and it's so positive. It's kind of my favorite part of the book is how positive it is.
Yeah, I think we knew from writing high school that, you know, we really wanted high school to be authentic, and there is a lot of trauma, and there is a lot of residual grief, I think, from that time where we did miss out on a lot of things. There was also a lot of stuff that, you know, circumstantially was fantastic. Like, my mom did not stop me from having sleepovers with my friends, and so, well,
Go, Mom.
I got to have my friends.
French immersion friends.
Yeah, I got to have all the French immersion girls sleep over, and it was fine, you know? And I mean, if my mom had known about the French immersion girls, she would have been like, absolutely not. So, you know, in some ways, were the 90s that bad?
Dang.
Now where people, like, even when we were in junior high, I remember asking my friends with kids, like, are your kids allowed to have sleepovers? And they were like, oh, no, we don't really do that anymore. Sleepovers are kind of like a no-no. And then sleepovers in private spaces with locked doors where loud Nirvana is playing.
Which is how you're supposed to do a sleepover.
And I was like, oh my god, maybe we shouldn't have fought for LGBTQ. I know, it's provocative, but was it
It was
better?
said first here.
Was it better?
Now, if you're quoting anyone on the internet, that's Sarah. Without an H.
Without an
Change anything for the sleepovers that I had. But in this
agree.
book, public space sleepovers. I don't know how to follow up that question. It's all you.
One of the things that I'm excited for you to share with this amazing audience who is so wonderful to us is this is so wonderful. I mean, what's that? It's 5. Gotcha. I missed it. Yeah.
Okay,
Got it,
5.
Got it. Thank you so much.
Till the next section, not till it's
No. There's like 4 sections. So, but I want you to talk. The thing I've been amazed about the last couple weeks, especially as we've been out talking about the book, is hearing how you decided to draw the book. And there's like a couple of distinct things. One, the colors you use, and two, the lack of lines. I'm wondering if you can.
Yeah, so the book, this is the first middle grade book I've ever done, and there's no panel borders. So that literally just means that all the images don't have boxes around them. And the whole reason I did that is my wife is also a cartoonist. She's right there. And she draws comics without panel borders, and I kept walking by her desk and getting really jealous because I was like, that looks fun. I was like, your art is so free. It's not in boxes. And so I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna just do it. And you said to me, like, Emma, you were like, just do it. But my junior high is coming out before Emma's book, but when you see her book, she did it first. Let's all know. But as far as like the artistic process, the colors, I have a real vendetta against kind of overly colored books because I think that the color in this book is like, it's your writing, it's the emotion, and it's like the way I'm drawing things. I don't need 60 colors to make the world expressive. And so I just picked purple totally arbitrarily, and I was like, purple, that's it, it's done. No one questioned me. And then we ran into this thing after I drew the first draft of the book. You guys scripted it, that was sent to me, I drew a draft of the book, and we were all kind of struggling with it because it was good, but it wasn't great. It was lacking, like there was something in your script, this like level of energy and emotion that I hadn't gotten in the art. And after banging my head against the wall for a few days, because the sort of proposed idea was to just kind of add captions and add text describing what's going on inside of you. I hate that, I don't like that. Because I feel like the problem with a lot of middle grade work is that the author just explains to the audience what they're supposed to feel.
Yeah, so interesting.
Kids are way more complicated than that, and if I remember anything about being a child, it's that I will never tell you how I feel. So we are not gonna explain it, we're gonna find a different way to do it. And I'm a twin, and so I accessed my twinness. And I was like, growing up with my twin brother, it always felt like we were just a little bit separate, and we had this special space between us. And so that's when I decided that in between each chapter, we would go into your twin consciousness. We would never explain what that is. And you guys would just sort of mind meld and talk to each other about how you're feeling. And again, I really randomly just assigned you colors. I didn't ask what your favorite color was.
Did not ask us.
I did not. And when the book was done, I was like, oh my God, should I have asked them? But then it was too late.
Well, I also said to you a couple weeks ago, I'm glad you didn't ask, because
Yeah.
I do feel like...
What color would you have picked?
That's the thing, is I don't even know.
Yeah.
Like, I think that was...
Tegan loved
Yeah.
purple when we were
I did,
young.
so I feel like...
Uh-oh.
She was like an old new age woman. She loved, she loved purple. She loved like anything my mom loved. She loved like essential oil.
No, I didn't.
She had
but-
tarot. She had tarot cards.
We
in her
can write
room.
this into
Her bedroom was
pictures.
purple with a black light. My bedroom was purple with a black light.
I didn't love essential oils. I had severe acne, and Mom used to make me like lavender and tea tree creams to help my face.
Okay, well, her room always smelled like an old lady with a bonnet, and she just got back from gardening.
Okay.
I'm only hearing this now, otherwise it would be in the book. This is gold.
I don't know what color I would have chosen, but I love that our collaboration was done in a really unique way. There wasn't an enormous amount of conversation between us. The conversation we had was through our script and you giving us drafts of your drawings, and I just feel like we trusted you, and we just had the sense that you knew what was going on. And when you started sending those interstitials and those conversations between little Tegan and Sara, it was like you clearly understood us. So
But it was because you gave me a script that was like also so chock full. There was so much in your script that I couldn't fit into the book.
Yeah.
And the book's like 300 something pages.
Yeah.
It's long. It
we
could
didn't
have
know
been
how to
longer.
write a graphic novel.
Tell them how you learned how to write a graphic
We
novel.
Googled it. And then our amazing editor, Wes, sent us some like sample scripts and was like, it's a script. And we're like, yeah, it's a script, you guys, it's a script. That's how you write a graphic novel. We had no idea. I was like, script writing program. No idea. So anyway, we're gonna jump now into section 2,
Oh yeah.
which is photos of us. And we're gonna just talk through it. But
Gold's Gym.
yeah, so this is the summer before we started 7th grade, and it's just all innocence.
Yeah, I think
These kids were not prepared for.
I want to point out just a couple things, just like stylistically, just in case you're not picking up on them. Tegan is wearing something on her left hand. That's a half cast, and
It's not stylistically.
I
broke my arm. What's wrong with you?
no, I just want to.
I have a broken arm.
No, I know. Tegan has a
Fashion choice.
Okay, Tegan has a broken arm, but we're in this picture. We're actually in the airport, and we are flying to Atlanta, Georgia, to visit our family over the summer. We're going to be in.
I am taller than you.
Just relax. We're going to Atlanta, Georgia, to visit our family, and then together with our family, we're going to drive on a road trip, staying in many Econo lodges to Florida, where we're going to go to Disney World and Universal Studios. We're also going to visit the space shuttle launch. Tegan is
this much detail. There's a
no,
lot
not
of
all the
photos.
pictures are going to get this much detail because we've really got to wrap it up soon. But Tegan is wearing a half cast because she's broken her arm. But the doctor has said, because my mom is like, my God, but we're going on this huge vacation. How will Tegan swim in the ocean, in the swimming pool? And he says, I have an idea. We will put a half cast.
This is a complete.
We will
made-up
remove
story.
Tegan's full cast and we will put a half cast on so that every time Tegan wants to get into the ocean or the swimming pool, she can remove the gauze and the brace and she can go swimming. So she just had this like fucked up arm and she would just get in the pool and swim. And then my mom would put the half cast back on. Next picture. Here we are. Here we are with our mother at the airport.
I just want to jump in for 2 seconds. I don't want to make this political, but the reason why I had the half cast is not for that reason. I had the half cast because I broke my hand the last week of 6th grade, and my cast had I ran at camp and I fell and I hit a log.
We've all been there.
Yeah, it was my 4th time breaking my wrist.
Oh my
wrist, don't
gosh.
trip me. But the cast was supposed to come off the first week of August, and we were going to be in America. And last I checked, it's hella expensive to go to the hospital. And
Sorry about that.
so basically, so the
Insane.
doctor, the week before we went, they took off my cast and they put a half cast on. so that my mom could just remove it after the,
So your
final.
mom could do healthcare.
Exactly, and it just so happened that was convenient because I wanted to ride rides at Disney World and you can't with a cast.
Okay, so here we are at Disney World. That's it. Yep. Here we are with that crazy cast. There it is. In Florida. Here we are with Mom and Bruce, Sonia and Bruce, who are featured prominently in the book. Bruce is our stepdad. This was the first time we ever seen him not wearing pants.
What was that like for you?
It was insane because he was this incredibly masculine man. You know, he was like 6'4". He was just peak man, you know? Yeah. And then we went to Florida and he put those shorts on with black socks and I was just like, even at 11 years old, I was like, what? Next one. Yeah. This is just some moody.
Did you fall again?
Yeah, we fell. A lot of the cast. Here we are.
A lot of Gold's representation here.
Yeah. He was into weights and stuff.
Oh, I would say it was really nice to write about Bruce. Bruce is our stepdad. He came into our life he met us when we were 5, but he came and started dating my mom when we were 7. I would say it was like, he was like a dope stepdad. He was
really
fun to
draw.
He was fun, and I will say it was really amazing. In junior high, we got to tell the best parts of our relationship with Bruce. He was a really hands-on step-parent. He was really fun. My mom went back to school and worked evenings when they started dating, and so he ended up kind of jumping in and spending a lot of time with us. And this was like a guy who worked construction, worked at a steel mill, played hockey, and he had these two queer as hell, stepkids who just, drove him crazy, and like he never even raised his voice at us. Like, he was just, it was really fun to write him in junior high. I think he's like kind of the star of junior high, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
And you made him so gentle in the book, which was, it's weird because he's such a macho man and he's so tall, but he actually is so sweet. And he's absolutely obsessed with comics. Our whole life growing up, Fridays we would go to the comic shop and get comics, and we used to get paid 15 cents to bag his comics for him. So the fact that we have a graphic novel, it's like, I'm sure he has no idea what's going on, but he probably thinks we drew it ourselves. But
Here we are again. And I know you're thinking to yourselves, why? This is nothing to do with it. But I think it's helpful to see the innocence.
we were just
Sweet little babes.
a couple weeks out of junior high.
We were 5 weeks away from starting grade 7, and here we are.
We're still sleeping with our BBs.
Tegan has
Cuddling with my BB.
No, Tegan has changed her troll doll into its pajamas. That fucking troll had a daytime outfit and a fucking nighttime outfit. Okay, we are innocent. We are pure innocent children. Okay? Look at this. This is important. A lot of these animals in the back row are new on this trip. I spent all the money I've earned, I don't know doing what. I was in elementary school, like, who knows, doing the dishwasher, I got a few dollars, but I've spent all of it on these stuffed animals at Disney World that are now part of the family. Tell me you still have them. I have the bear, I do not have all this other shit, and these trolls. But we're innocent. These are our friends. This is our community. Okay. Here we are at the Psycho House, which I just think is cool. No cast. No cast. Because we're at Disney World. Got to cast off. Okay. This is important. This is an important picture. Okay. Can we just quickly go back to the one before it? Notice our hair. Okay. We've got our hair pulled back. No fuss. Get it away from our faces. Now, okay, to the next photo. Okay. This is an important distinction. This is not in Florida. This is in British Columbia. This is just on the beach in Victoria, BC. I am 2 weeks away from starting junior high. I've hit puberty. This photo where my hair is down, I know I like girls. In a few short weeks,
She took her hair out of a ponytail and boom, she knew she liked girls.
And here in the audience, you got a young girl with her hair pulled back.
Watch for the ponytail.
I literally knew at this moment. I was looking off into the distance like that with my eyes squinting.
Thinking about sports.
I was thinking about girls.
I was gonna say the footballs were feeling.
I was holding the football because I was like, here's my child future, or my child past, and I'm looking into the future, which involves girls. I was very scared. Okay. Grade 7 school pictures. Okay, we get to school. It's a tough school. It's a tough school. There's a lot of tough kids. We don't fit in. We know we're in way over our head. Gone are the Mickey Mouse sweaters. We're in plaid. That fast.
Yeah. Did that go over better at school?
That was what everyone was wearing. These are not our clothes. This is like my mom and stepdad like clothing. We like basically came home the first day of 7th grade and we were like, all the clothes we bought are garbage. We have to get rid of them. Never let us wear any Mickey Mouse. Sarah and I borrowed like my mom's Doc Martens and like she had tons of like Gap sweaters and Club Monaco and then all of these plaid shirts. These are all Bruce's.
Stuffed animals are still there. The stuffed animals.
Yeah, but look how distressed I look at my stuffed animals.
What do you got on the? It looks like you're putting together some kind of potion to melt them down. You've got some. What is that thing on the bed there?
That just looks like a puzzle.
Oh, it's like a puzzle, maybe.
Very innocent.
Yeah, but this. Wait, I was just gonna say about this window.
No.
Okay.
Don't get sidetracked.
The point of these photos that we chose is just to show this is the middle world.
That stuffed animals represent innocence and then boom. It's like
There it is.
we're at our friends watching horror films. Everyone's making out in closets. This is October.
We are very. Life comes at you fast.
Remember,
We were just riding rafts in Disney World, and now we are wearing those scary outfits. We're going to karate to protect ourselves. We're killing our cats. So nice. I don't know what that is. That's Taya.
Oh, you're practicing piano.
Practicing piano. We're musicians. It's, we're adjusting. This is the summer after 7th grade. Look at how we've aged. You think COVID aged people. 1 year at Bob Edwards, and that's how much we've aged. That's like 2 years. But notice that Sarah's wearing the Epcot shirt, but only on summer holidays. It was like a theme. Ironically now. Now I'm wearing it ironically. I'm saying like, I went to Epcot. Like, so stupid.
Sarah tossed these in. You can blaze through these. I don't know. Sarah's like trying to prove we had a job once.
This is when we get our first dyke job. We're just like good lesbians. We had a trade. And I mean, this is also summer before 8th grade. I mean, that's what are you reading there? Is it a Dinar Kuntz book? It's a Dinar Kuntz book. Ancient people now are banning books. Like I was like 14 years old reading Dinar Kuntz. Okay, like toughen up, people.
For real.
Tegan's wearing a "There Is No Difference," which is actually a sexual assault shirt, which our mom worked at a sexual assault.
We are
center.
progressive. Let's
and on the back of the shirt, keep it G. Keep it G.
Okay,
keep
fine.
it G. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Bruce. Gold's Gym. Gold's Gym sponsored this book tour. Thanks so much, Gold's Gym. We're getting into 8th grade, but again, I mean, look at us, we look mean. Mean as hell. You're gonna meet some of the reasons in junior high. Avery is one of the bullies in the book. In the book, it's an aspirational version of a bully, so it's not so bad, but our bullies tormented us. So by the time we got to 8th grade, we cut ourselves off from all of our friends, and we actually didn't even have friends for a very short while. It was fine, it was better. It was better. But I think our fashion really started to like hit up, you know.
Looking good.
Like that's all, like I wish it
Like
kept
you
all
could wear
this.
this today.
This is, yeah, very goth. This is for our first funeral, actually. It is. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. It's
You
the
thought that'd be
truth.
good to put in here?
I just thought, I thought, maybe it'd be a more somber book event, and we would say, and this was our first funeral. I don't know, but it was. Okay. This is us with all the other twins. This is all the other twins, and I dated that one. Cool, rad, haha.
Cool.
I dated the one over my right hand shoulder. I just want to note Sarah's wearing a Universal Studios t-shirt. So,
I never let that trip
the
die.
one, yeah. We also dated Jeff and Brad in the back.
Yes, I did.
I don't remember which one I dated, but when we moved into our new neighborhood at the beginning of junior high, Jeff and Brad in the back, they showed up at our house and they were like,
Okay, we don't need that many
we're
details.
twins, and then
Have
we
you ever
started
dated a twin?
dating them. Okay.
Have I ever dated a twin?
Yeah.
No, I don't know if it would work out. Well, actually, wait. My brother's straight. I'm gay, so we both. Oh. I guess if we had met the right set of twins, it could have happened. But
It never worked. It could have.
never worked.
Okay, well. Oh, yes.
Oh yeah, you only get one picture of me from middle school. It's weird. When I was in middle school in 7th grade, I got an iPhone, And you'd think that would mean that I have photos.
Right?
But if you give a 7th grader an iPhone, it is endless pictures of my bed, my lunch, the sky, my dad's car. Not a single photo of me.
That sounds
Sweet,
like
though.
Instagram, though. It sounds like that's what you're taking pictures of your avocado.
Well, no one had figured out yet that you turned the camera around.
It was
early
Who's
days.
in the photos with you?
This is one of the few girls that I didn't kiss that much, so I was like, I'll put this one in. Because I was looking through, I found these photos, and I was like, whoa, complicated.
She's cute.
complicated.
You guys have chemistry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
she's a realtor now. Go Allison, sell those houses. And here I am.
Do you still talk?
No, but I see her Instagram and I see her post photos when she's sold a house. And I'm like, you go, girl.
Give her a like when she sells a house?
You know it.
That's nice. That's very gay. Woo! Okay.
Oh, we gotta get these
Is
now?
it midnight? Okay. No.
Is it midnight?
Okay.
We can all read, I promise.
Do you want to explain to
Yeah.
them what's going to happen?
So we're
Not you.
Oh, sorry.
I think we're going to live perform the book, which I would just like to say, when I drew this book, I never thought we would be live performing it, but here we are. You're gonna play Tegan.
I'm gonna play Tegan.
Is gonna play Tegan's gonna be Tegan. Sarah's gonna be Sarah. It'd be fun if you mixed it up, but that's okay. And I am playing everyone else.
Yes.
I am both your parents now.
Yeah. This is just a few. It's not the whole book. It's just a few sections from the book. We just all secretly wish we could be actors.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Here we go. Talia, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. I'm Tegan. I'm Sara.
Got it?
They don't got it. Okay. Okay, let us explain. We're twins, and we live in Calgary.
Got a loony for me?
Sarah's the neat one.
Yes. If you see clothes on the floor, you've caught yourself a Tegan.
We've got cool parents.
Cool.
No, it's more like a question mark.
Cool.
Okay, pretty cool. We've got Mom. She's got a real name though, Sonia. She dresses fancy and knows when we lie about cleaning the cat's litter box. She's a therapist, so she's pretty on the nose with feelings and stuff. Mom dates Bruce. We call him Batman because he's tall and has muscles from all the construction work he does. But deep down, he's a real softie.
It's like, it almost sounds like you wrote his Tinder ad. But it was me.
And he looks cool in shorts. And then there's Dad. His name's Steve, short for Steven. We sound furious. We love him, but also he wears the dorkiest t-shirts.
Nailed it.
Anyways, I think I'm about to wake up. See you on the other side.
Chapter 1. We spent all summer driving by Bob Edmonds Junior High. It looked so huge.
Why do we have to go to a new school?
You know why. Mom and Bruce moved, because they're fucking selfish.
Oh, I forgot to write that line in.
That's earlier draft. And now we're closer to Dad.
Can you believe we'll be in separate classes, different homerooms? I cried on the first day of 7th grade.
Aww.
I'm gonna pass out.
Don't freak out. Just answer me this.
What?
What do we wear?
Now I'm really freaking out.
Calgary, Canada, 6:59 a.m.
I used to love the first day of school.
I hate the first day of school.
Mom,
We're ready.
You both look cool. Absolutely, it's just...
What?
I'm just being a mom.
These are my favorite jeans.
It's your first day of junior high. I'm overthinking it.
Now I'm overthinking it. What if no one likes us?
Impossible.
I wish Fiza was here. We're gonna be late.
Lunch money?
Check.
Keys?
Check.
Phone? I'm killing it as your mom. Phone?
Check.
Let's go.
Can we take your Camaro?
Nope. Take care of each other.
Can you drop us off a block away?
Ouch, Sarah. Have a great first day. I think having your stepdad take you to school is super cool. Okay, what are the rules?
No boyfriends, thank God. No vaping, no losing our phones.
No country music. That was actually a rule in our house.
Nice. Fuck yeah.
Thank you. Get out of my truck.
All right, we're at school now.
We're at school. Put the map away, geek.
She would have never teased me like that. It felt real in the moment. Don't be a jerk. Don't be so sensitive. Come on. Mrs. Beatrice's class is this way. I'll meet you right here for lunch, and we have phys ed later together.
How are we not in the same room, homeroom?
Do we get it? Do we get the audition?
You nailed it.
You had all summer to accept this, Tegan. No. She was
Oh, I get it. I'm crying.
You're crying,
Okay,
yeah.
sorry. I started
Start crying.
Sorry. I'm not.
Tegan!
Don't cry.
I hope she's not crying. Tap, tap, tap. What are you doing?
It's a text.
No cell phones in my class. Ever. Any Flames fans in the house? A fellow Flames
That's a
fan.
hockey team. That's a hockey team.
That's alliteration, by the way. I'm not supposed to say ring. Ring. Yeah, that's better. Science is fun. Be not afraid of greatness. What? Whoa, what are you two? Clones?
Not my part.
Now let's talk about primary sources.
Can I just step in here for a moment? It's safe in here. Say it. Why do people ask us the weirdest questions and say the weirdest stuff? Oh my god, are you twins? Can I touch you? Can you read each other's minds? Are you real? Hey Sarah. Do you think we'll make friends? We already have Fiza. But she doesn't go to the school. Do you think we'll make friends here? Just stay close to me. We have each other. And it's almost time for phys ed. Interlude. Oh, it's an interlude.
There's still another section. Sorry.
Yeah. Wow. Sarah! Tegan! Sarah! Tegan!
Nailed it, Sarah.
What do we do now? Let's write a song!
Oh, wow, we jumped ahead. It's chapter 10, y'all.
Oh,
Yeah,
the teen pregnancy part already happened. Tegan went to boarding school, she came back. It's all good now.
those words aren't in our script, but that happens. Okay, now we jump ahead. Chapter 10.
Oh, no, you gotta read it. They're leaving it up.
Okay, I'll read it off there. You can just skip to the next panel.
Oh,
So Sarah's confusing me. It's not in our script. We haven't been paid for these extra lines, so just push forward.
Is this it? It looks abandoned. This is it. So, how do you write a song?
Well, it's just like words and music, right?
I guess I could write some words.
Yeah, write something deep, Sarah. Deep? Our therapist told us last year that I'm not that deep.
Damn.
That's a lot to unpack.
Deep, can you do the chords?
Deep. Can you do the chords?
Oh yeah, I know 3. Still to this day, that's all.
Maybe you should learn a few more, but for real.
Don't rush my genius.
Kaido did say it was a little haunted. Run down. Ugh. Come on.
Is that my line? Oh my god. Oh my god, I just realized I manifested. This character's pregnant. Wow. Okay, that's cool. I wasn't pregnant when I drew that. Can I help you?
You just knew.
I knew.
Kaido, our friend said we could rehearse here.
Correct! Follow me. Rules are simple. Sign up on the sheet, clean up when you're done. What's your band sound like?
Nirvana meets Eilish.
Nirvana! My era.
Our stepdad's a huge fan.
I saw the Smashing Pumpkins in '97. Slept in a mall parking lot to get tickets. Those were the days. No apps.
By the way, this character is based on our best friend Robin, who teaches now and taught at our high school and also has taught at our junior high, so she was a real inspiration.
Why didn't you buy your tickets online?
There was no internet.
Jeez, I bet that was hard.
You have it backwards, rock star. It was so much easier. I'll leave you to it.
Okay, so I think you should play C, F, and G.
Okay, C,
Kaido's guitar is kind of beat up.
F,
Slower, strum slower.
Strumming.
got it. What's the vibe?
Like, it's about having feelings for
Right.
someone.
Oh, sorry. Oops. I ate your line. Go ahead.
It's about having feelings for someone.
Right, cool. Do you have any lyrics? Like, no follow-up question, Tegan? Really?
Kinda.
Can I see?
No.
Then sing! Wow, that was so cool.
Play the chords.
Right, 1, 2, 3, strum
I'm afraid I give you everything.
it. Whoa, that melody is cool. You just came up with that?
Yeah.
We wrote a song.
Yeah.
Technically, we're still writing it.
Let's record it. This is pretty much how it went.
I need to finish the lyrics.
Okay, but when we finish, I'm recording it on my phone.
Fine. Let's play it again.
Yes, boss.
That's literally how we still write songs to this day.
Accurate.
So good. The song is so good.
All I want to do is write songs.
We need a band name.
Rainbow Connection,
Blast from the past.
Processed Meat. Okay, well, we love grunge
So,
and punk.
so,
We could combine them.
punch,
No.
gunk.
Oh, you're a genius.
Our first band was called
Plunk.
So when we fictionalized it for the story, we were like, gunk. Remember back like 15 minutes earlier where I said that even though we modernized it and fictionalized it, we're not that creative, so we just, gunk? Oh no, was that Bruce's truck? No. Are you sure? We just borrowed his case.
What time is it?
10 to 5.
Okay, run.
Okay. That's it. That's it. Thank you so much for allowing us to voice act for all of you. We're now going to do the final section. We're going to do Q&A.
I can't believe you remembered everything we were supposed to do
Yeah.
while on this stage.
I'm a Virgo.
Yeah. We were talking about this backstage. Yeah. You're right.
It sometimes seems like I'm not paying attention, but like as a person who's not that deep, I'm always kind of surface level keeping note of everything that's going
Dang.
on. Hi.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Thank you. And oh my gosh, this has just been fantastic. So thank you all again for doing this with us tonight. There are few book launches where I feel like there's just so much laughter happening all the time. So it's really refreshing. So we've got a few questions that were pre-submitted by y'all out there. So we're going to start with this one. You talked a little bit about the collaborative process with the illustrations, the colors, the panels, etc. This question goes a little further and asks about the origin story of this partnership. So Tegan and Sara, how did you two come to choose Tilly as the illustrator for this book?
Yeah, why me? I mean, I think it really just came down to like the way that you drew your characters, honestly. You know, I can remember Sara and I pulling a few panels out of something like when we'd gotten sort of links to different artists when we clicked on you. There was something about the way that you drew your characters. Just it was like seeing the characters in my head actually already on the page. Like there was just something about the way that you drew that felt like you would draw little Tegan and Sara in their world really well.
I think also too, like all joking aside, because I know we're hilarious, but you know, I think the fear for me in taking our high school story, we had worked really hard to try to tell our high school story in a sophisticated way because we didn't want it to be written off as something that couldn't be important. And so then to take that story and try to put it into a junior high space, it was important to us that we work with a collaborator who was cerebral, who was inward thinking, you know, about characters deep, not like Tegan.
I mean, I am surprised because I think if you had looked at my past work, it's pretty depressing. But
And we loved it.
I guess we all just sort of like turned off the spigot of our depression and like made it a really positive book.
It's actually kind of amazing that we turned off how dark all of us can be.
I know.
Actually, there's actually so much beauty in the way that you. I mean, there's specific illustrations in this book that they really move me, and I think that there's a lot of emotion in the way. Like my favorite sections are those sort of like in between chapter moments where the twins are in this sort of like, you know, negative space and just communicating with each other because it's so beautiful. And those
All
are
the dark
a lot of
moments
those are your
too.
words too.
Like all the dark moments too, like when they go get their first bras.
Oh yeah, that's pretty sad.
Like a horrific experience.
I mean, hey, have you ever gotten a first bra? It's hard.
It's
No, but
horrific.
you like.
But you
know,
capture so much melancholy and sadness in it. You know what I mean? I think
Yeah.
that the dark side to the way that you draw it was like it drew us in.
I think the collaboration ended up working perfectly because my favorite part of my job is drawing melancholy. But that paired with you two, your personalities, your jokes, like your history, it just like we didn't know if a combination would work, but it did just work. Which is why we have to do another one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see, this is a question that applies to all three of you. Do you feel like being a twin has affected the way you view the world, and if so, how?
I mean, one of the things I love that you said very early on was that you recognize the difference between like our twinness and your twinness. Like,
Yeah, because I'm a fraternal twin,
Yeah.
and I also have an older brother, so I very clearly saw the difference between a standard sibling relationship and a twin relationship. But for you guys, your only reference point was each other, so I think that's a really different dynamic.
yeah, and I feel like you described it too. Like it's that there is just this sort of intrinsic connection that twins have, and that even in your fraternal like sibling relationship, even though you know it's not a sister, it's a brother, like that you still felt a closeness and an attachment and a sadness when you were apart from each other. And I think like I know for myself, like I felt like that really made me feel really seen. Like, you know, it's funny because we didn't have that conversation before you drew the book, but I can see that in the way you drew us, in the way that you explored our relationship with each other. There's like Sarah's getting at it in the interstitials, the way that you drew us communicating with each other. Like we joked a few weeks ago that you basically are like another therapist for us, because like when they're talking to each other, it's like you're inserting emotion and feelings, and we don't really talk about emotion and feelings. We just
I talk about it. I just don't feel like
You're deep.
yeah, it doesn't totally like sometimes like it just sort of bounces off her, you know. No, but one thing that is so interesting to me about fraternal twins and specifically boy-girl twins.
Yeah.
I'm married to a boy-girl twin, not both of them.
both of them.
We are demented. No, I'm just married to one of them. But
We got her.
You know, the difference for me with like Stacy is also only a twin, like doesn't have other siblings.
Yeah.
And you know, there's so much about being twins that has really impacted the way that we see the world, especially developmentally. Like to grow up with somebody who's in the same grade as you and is sort of like hitting milestones or not hitting milestones at the same time as you is really specific. But I think the added complication for me and Tegan in being identical twins and growing up the way that we did is that the way that even just like externally people confuse us and mix us up, you know, make us sort of one thing. I think it's impossible for us not to do that too. You know, she's like literally walking around with my face, and, you know, and I don't want to. I think it's important not to underestimate how distorting it is to your psyche and yourself when people don't know who you are. Like, you know, I've been really coming to terms with this, you know, in later adulthood where, you know, we sort of play it off as a joke, like when people will say,
okay, you're Sarah, you're Tegan, I'm gonna definitely mix it up. Like imagine when that happens to you, like when people mistake your name in real life or, get something wrong about you, and it can be like off-putting or like, or it's a little disorienting or maybe it makes you feel a little bit insecure. But that happens to us like just an infinite number of times in our life. And so I think, in some ways it's also a burden. It's kind of this confusing thing that we've sort of carried with us. And I think, even to get more existential about it, I think even as a young kid, because I'm very deep and Tegan's not, I remember understanding the gravity of our dynamic and our relationship in this way that was very heavy for me. I just remember feeling like
You couldn't escape it.
I could never escape it. I would never escape it. I remember the first time I had the thought, like, even if one of us dies, I remember thinking like, oh my God.
There was that funeral picture.
I know, yeah. It's like, I just remember thinking like, oh my God, like, it's just different. Like, if one of us dies, it's like, we will always be sort of representing the other one physically in this world. And,
okay.
yeah, it's heavy, man.
Yeah,
Okay,
dude.
so
That's fucked up.
laugh a bit.
Bring your kids. It's an all ages book event. It's an all ages book
for everyone.
But we all felt really strongly about twins being main characters.
Yeah.
Because I think we're all used to being like the punchline of a joke or like just like off to the side. Similar with queerness. So it's like not only are twins center stage in this book, like queerness is center stage. So it's, I don't know, it's really exciting. We talk about twins' rights every now and then.
Hell yeah, we do. That's right. Liberation for twins.
Thank you for saying that. I'm truly courageous. Tilly, this is a question for you. Which characters from On a Sunbeam would listen to Tegan and Sara?
Oh my God, can I remember the characters from my own book? Oh Jesus. I mean, it's a universe of entirely female and queer people. There's no men, like everyone. It would be like the national anthem. So and that's my way also of getting out of saying any
No,
characters'
there would
names.
definitely be one character who's like, they don't represent me.
I mean, the main character is named Mia. I know that. When you write a lot of graphic novels, you don't have time to go back and read them after you finish them. So it's been a minute. Fair. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take it. Thank
Good
you.
question. I love the creativity.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, here's a really lovely one. What 90s teenage wisdom would you share with the LGBTQ kiddos today?
Wow, I mean, I think,
What do you got?
I can't remember because we've been talking all day, so I don't remember if it's already been said, or Sarah said it earlier, but she said something about, no, I think it was. Yeah, it was like an hour ago here on this stage.
Just say it again. You guys won't
Say it
mind.
again. No one cares. Go ahead. Just take me and quote me in your new answer. Go ahead. I don't Sarah quote everyone. She's quoting from me. I think that we had time when we were teenagers. It was hard. I'm not saying that it was better or not. I'm not a teenager, so I don't know what it would be like to be questioning or grappling with identity now. But I know that you continue to grapple and question as you grow and you get older. It doesn't stop. Every year there's new things that I'm trying to figure out about myself. And I think that my advice to myself back then and my advice as somebody who grew up in the 90s to someone now is that you just have to make time and and have patience for yourself. I think, it's something we talk about all the time, that there's so much significance in coming out. But what they don't tell you is you're going to come out millions of times, because every time you get in the back of a lift, or every time you sit down on an airplane next to a stranger, or every time you are in the supermarket and someone looks at you a certain way and then gets into a conversation with you and then asks you any personal questions.
Is that happening a lot for you in supermarkets?
Yeah, an
Oh, yeah.
opportunity is going to come for you to reveal things about yourself, and it's just like, just dozens and dozens and dozens of times a week I come out, and it's just be patient. And I just think that just is across all generations, is that identity changes and evolves, and you just have to be really kind to yourself, because it's always going to have a tinge of weirdness, but you're going to get better at it, especially in the fruits and vegetable part of the soup. I'm going to stab her right here on the stage.
That was deep, Tegan.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm exhausted.
When we go to Boston tomorrow, we're not going to say this deep thing. We're
Super
ending
shallow
here.
stuff in Boston tomorrow. Super, super shallow stuff. That's a good question.
Anything else to add?
I want to know your advice, Tilly. I mean, you're on the
From 2007.
Well, you're on the precipice of becoming a parent too. Like, you know, I think.
Well, and now I have to come out because they want to like talk about the baby, which like very quickly leads to like, oh, and dad, and it's like then they're like, like a gay pregnant. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then sometimes people ask like, how'd you do that? Oh my God. Well.
Well.
So at the supermarket, you guys.
Yeah.
It's all at the supermarket.
It's always at the I don't know because I did have like I got an iPhone in middle school, but we had such a different relationship to devices because I kept losing it. I didn't know it was important yet. No one knew it was important. I thought the biggest decision you could make about your iPhone was picking a home screen image. Like I really and so for me, what I wish I could give to queer kids now is a chance to disconnect and focus on what their image is without a picture of it, because I think that like self-image amongst queer kids is always really complex, especially if you're dealing with like trying to figure out how you want to look. I don't know.
I think that's really sweet.
Yeah. I'll burn your iPhone for you.
You can have mine.
All right, I think we have time for one more, so I'm going to kind of clump two into one. These questions are, what song epitomizes your junior high experience, and then what's your favorite memory of junior high?
Well, this is easy for me because I posted an Instagram story earlier today, and I put "Stay" by Shakespeare's Sister on because that was like the biggest song in 7th grade. And I feel like when I hear that song, I'm immediately in Our Best Friend, who loosely in the book Noah is sort of based on Our Best Friend in junior high, and like immediately in her basement watching the video on her like wood panel television. You know, her older sister was such a babe, and like just spend all night watching music videos with our best friend, waiting for her sister to come home. And she would just fucking blow down the stairs and past us like so fast. She was just like whoosh, and we were just all like. And I don't know why, but her bedroom door was like a dungeon door. And I've unpacked that. Yeah, I haven't. And so the dungeon door would slam, and then we'd just go back to watching music videos. But I can like picture almost every single moment of that music video. Stay. Stay. Is that the melody? It's okay. I know all of you are feeling bad for me. I'm not sad. Sarah doesn't realize I actually take 60%. It's fine. It's only been going on for 25 years, but okay. One of us owns 2 houses. Okay. Well, when I'm destitute, guess whose guest house I'll be living in? Mom will be long gone. Guys, it's reality. Mom's not gonna live to be 150. Okay. Today by Smashing Pumpkins, which I wrote a lot about actually in our memoir high school, but there was a boy in grade 8. That's very early 90s. I'm agreeing with you, that's a good one. Okay, so, silence. Sarah's speaking.
I just want to say, we were talking about signs earlier, and Tilly asked us what sign we were, and we said Virgo, and then she's pregnant, and we were talking about what sign your baby might be, and you said, I really don't want it to be born early because then it'll be a Virgo. But it was after we'd already told you that we were Virgos. That's true. And then you said, is it okay if I say what you said?
Go for it.
Okay, you said that you're having a boy, and then you were like, men who are Virgos are mansplainers, and I was like, we are mansplainers. Like just recently, a friend told me they were like, he was like, when you drink, you really turn into a mansplainer. Like it's a thing. Anyways, today by Smashing Pumpkins, and it changed my life. A very cute skater boy in grade 8, who all the girls in grade 7 were in love with. He decided he liked me, and because obviously I wasn't. I gasped. Did you gasp? It was huge. It was huge. It was huge. It was a big deal. It was a big deal because it was complex for me. On one hand, I was like, I felt really excited he was so cute and he dressed great, and I really was like into him, but like I think I wanted to be him, and also, you know, getting attention from cute boys with like cultural, social currency
meant that all the mean girls were going to be mean to me. They weren't mean to him. They weren't like, you son of a bitch. They were like, how dare you like Sarah? They were like, he only likes you because of this or because of that. You know, all the mean things girls say. But I just pushed forward, and I still became friends with him, and he gave me Siamese Dream. And he told us to listen to song number 3, which was Today, and we went home and we played song number 3. We played Today on Bruce's stereo, and it's like my whole life changed. I just felt like it was like I was hearing music from another planet, and I just remember thinking like, this is everything to me. This is the best song I've ever heard. This is like all I want to know. I want to understand everything about this, the story, the voice, the everything. It just totally changed my life. And Jason was just like such a nice guy. And we never went out, although he bought me a candygram. Remember that bullshit?
Oh, yeah.
He bought me a candygram.
Those were a big deal.
It was a huge pain in the ass for me. Because, you know, they're like, Sarah, and I went up and I got it, and all the mean girls were like, who's it from? And I was like, you know who it's from. It's from Jason. And then they were really mad at me, and I threw it in the garbage to show them that he meant nothing to me.
Whoa, you were powerful.
Damn.
Yeah, because I would have taken any of those mean girls over Jason any day.
Oh my god. Well, first, I feel like I should say I will love my son if he's a Virgo, obviously. But technically, if he is on time, he will be a Libra, and I just don't want to give birth early. That's what I'm just gonna say for now.
Libras are great.
Libras are great, and a Virgo would be great. He can hear me right now, so I need to be careful. So my was it favorite song from junior high?
Or the song that epitomizes
Oh.
your junior high experience.
I'll say this just because I think it's a little bit embarrassing, but my twin brother and I got aggressively into the musical Rent.
Yes.
John and I learned every single word. He bought my twin brother's also a musician. He plays piano, and he would play every song, and we would sing every word together.
That's awesome.
And it was
videos of this? Like,
no, it was, and I still know every word. Every word, even the interludes where they're just like on the phone and it's the answering machine, I know it. But then my favorite memory from middle school, so I was at this tiny school, there were only 10 girls in our grade, and they decided that we would take a class trip. And 2 teachers, or it was really just one teacher and a parent, took us 10 girls to Utah. Seemed super random. We lived in Texas.
What?
Wait, don't worry. You're gonna understand why in a
Where's
second.
the gasping now?
This is great. So we were told we were going to Moab, Utah, and it was just presented us as fact. That's where you're going. We all get there. They drive us in this van to this really random hotel. We get out of the car, and my English teacher, Miss Ramberg, who is in spinning, she turns to me and she says, I wanted to go back to this hotel. My girlfriend and I came here.
What?
And I was like,
No.
adults can be gay? I had no, and she was married.
Teacher.
She was older, she was married to a man, but she was queer. Even though she was married to a guy, she had a long-term relationship with a woman, and this was the hotel where they had stayed.
That's
and
a
she
weird
wanted
field
to go
trip.
back.
That's a weird field
honestly, and it was beautiful. The hotel was
beautiful. Shut
It was amazing.
Republican Party's gonna start banning field trips because
Sorry.
it's so risky.
No, you're right. More teachers should go on field trips to places where they have relationships with their same-sex partners. How old was the teacher?
She was I don't know, when you're a kid, everyone's a grown-up. She was a grown-up. God only knows.
How old were you? How old were you?
I was 13, 12.
That's amazing.
12, 13.
That's amazing.
It was so cool. And it was really cool to see an adult be wistful, because I was like, I'm the wistful one in the room.
No, that's amazing.
But adults too. Adults too.
What was the hotel like?
It was so bland. But it was surrounded by canyons.
Cool.
And I still remember what it looks like.
I mean, look, I think most queers have some story of like a teacher or somebody who was a little bit older, like revealing, and it can be, it's like seeing a beacon in the dark, you know?
Yeah.
It's like really exciting, which is why it's so amazing to have the opportunity to do things like we do. Like, you know, write books, make records, be on television, national television twice today talking about being gay. It's like really important. It's still really tough to be different. And it's thrilling that we get to make a living out of telling our stories. And it was just an honor to collaborate with you and to be here in the space with all of you and get to hear amazing. That is an incredible. I can't wait to go backstage and talk more about that story.
The teacher and I are friends now.
Aww.
So cool. We're like dear friends. I could text her right now after this. Be like, guess what I told everyone?
I'm sure she's gonna be stoked.
It sort of sounds like the plot of Carol a little bit.
But isn't every queer life like the plot of Carol?
But she didn't lose her children after the vacation to Utah, right?
No.
Okay, okay.
No, she didn't.
This is cool. This is
Sorry.
really cool.
Moab is going to be the next stop.
March
We're
by
gonna add that
tomorrow.
to
It's
the tour.
weird that the story came up.
Well, thank you all so much for doing this with us tonight.
I just want to shout out our team who's sitting in the front row. I cannot tell you, I mean, only speaking for me and Tegan, you know, we've been doing this for almost 25 years, and making art, making anything and putting it out into the world is just, it's so sensitive and it's so intense, and I can tell you that working on junior high has been one of the best experiences that we've ever had. We are so supported, you know, even in finding utility, like, you guys have all been with us every step of the way. We're delighted about a new project we have with you guys. I feel so grateful and so lucky to have the support of the people that we do. We wouldn't be able to tell these stories without you guys. So I really hope you know just like how, just you guys are amazing. And I don't mean to like compare you to other people we've worked with, but like I think you're our favorite team. You're so amazing. You've been so wonderful.
So, thank you again. Thank you to everyone who filled up this whole room.
Thank you
Oh my
for standing.
goodness. Yeah. As I mentioned earlier, we have a bunch of signed copies available for purchase of junior high, high school, spinning, On a Sunbeam, and also the wonderful picture book, My Parents Won't Stop Talking. There are some booksellers in the crowd, and we can all attest to how much we love all of Tilly's books. So you should definitely pick those up too on your way out. They are all set up at a table by the exit, so make sure you head that way if you want to buy some more books. Otherwise, I think that's it. Congratulations.